Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim, coming to you from Tight Pants Point, heading to free coffee over at the Wawa. And then I got to hit the showers, the gym, and I'm actually going for a boat ride this morning and another lunch date with subscribers. And then Friday, I'm going to have lunch or dinner, undecided yet, with my son to celebrate his birthday, which was actually the 14th. He is 32 or 3. What did he tell me? I forget. I can't keep up with all these kids. Anyway, they're about older than me now. All of them are getting so old. Anyway, thanks for all your input and your suggestions regarding trucks and campers. It is a very confusing debacle and dilemma. My situation is maybe different from yours because you're not wanting to travel, you don't live in one full time, and it's not something that you need to make a decision on that I do. You just want to get one that's good for you and your family or your wife or yourself to go park in your driveway or behind your house and go camping sometimes. I know a lot of people do live in RVs and they make decisions based on what I'm contemplating. And it's funny is you think that you can figure it out, but when you put yourself in somebody else's shoes, like you put yourself in mine, when I read the comments and the suggestions, it's like, wow, I never even thought of that. You know, it's just amazing. And there's been so many variations. And now that we've really confused it and talked about selling the cramper and the crasher and getting something in between. All right, let me give you some new information to help me because I really need your help. I really do. I'm praying about this and I am going to move very slow. And I do believe in karma and what's meant to be. You guys know that for sure. I'm not going to do what Tim wants to do. I'm going to do what the good Lord tells me to do. But the good Lord also speaks through people. And I'm moving at a snail's pace because, number one, I got a truck and I got 2 campers. It's not like I need to go buy one. I've already done that. So I came to the decision, like, to heck with all these campers. I got a small one. And I don't want to cook inside of it and stink it up. And I don't care that I can't shelter in place in it other than horizontal. You know, I got a little tent I can throw up or sit in my truck or leave. You know, if it's going to rain for a week there, just go somewhere else. Or I thought about, I bought the big camper because the Wolf Pup was becoming small. I had something going on with somebody, and I did that to make it more comfortable for 2 people. And only for a short time, not to die in, not to live permanently in, but to further on down the road for us until the sticks and bricks and the purchase of something could be had. I figured the camper would help us travel somewhere to see other areas, other states that we may not have considered or contemplated. Maybe we didn't like the name of it or what we thought. How are you going to go find a place to live and leave a state of Florida, which I want to do, and leave Palm Beach County? How are you supposed to go and look around in other cities and just pay for what, hotels every night and make a rash decision and just rent something or buy something? Or wouldn't it seem smarter, I thought, than to take a camper, stay at an RV park or a campground for a week or a couple of weeks here and there throughout a couple of months or a few months this summer, unhook, get in the truck, drive around, search things online, and kind of get a feel of the land, and if you feel it, you're like, hey, we could live here. This is good. prices are right. Meanwhile, you have something you can stay in, like people do when they're having a house built. They, live in an RV. So the idea was, let this be the first leg. Let's have some fun. Let's tool around and do something while we're still able, and life's not just going to pass us by before we get a sticks and bricks and just sit there and, go off every occasionally. Traveling is fun to me. Maybe it wasn't for the other person, but obviously the whole idea wasn't good, so it didn't work out. Meanwhile, the wolf pup went away, the person went away, and here I am with a mansion and solo. And I want to travel. I still want to travel. But pulling those big slides out, I was watching a video of my camper on YouTube, the 25 FKBS, with those two big slides out, two huge 4-foot slides. That thing gets fat. You are not going to park that in any truck stop and set up house without moving into like another parking spot that someone else would like to park. Like I'm doing now with the Cramper. I just pull in, little short guy behind me, no slide outs. I just jump in there and go to sleep. I got a 24-hour store there. This time I was talking to Jolene that maybe I'm not just going to like drive every day. I wanted to go out west. Okay, I saw out west. It was far distance. I had to get there. So I did it the way I did it. It's a learning curve. Now, maybe like she suggested is, you can drive 1 or 2 days in a row to get to a place, but have somewhere to go and, stay a few days or a week and, do it like that. So those are the changes that will come as my traveling experience and desires evolve of wanting to stay somewhere. I mean, once I got out to Nevada, I did stay there, even though it was in the casino parking lot. Everything was about saving and trying out and doing this and doing that. A different camper may make it more inviting to stay somewhere where I can be inside and all that. Anyway, so I woke up this morning saying, to heck with campers, get a truck. Get a 3/4 ton truck and pull that beautiful camper you have. Like it's not back there like the Cramper. And then I thought, again, I only have that camper for two reasons. One, it was for two people and for two people's clothing and stuff. Well, even for myself, I got stuff. I got a lot of stuff. And I'm a minimalist. I try to cut back. I'm not in love with anything. I'll throw anything away. Do I use you? I look at it and say, nope, you're out of here. But I have certain things now that are in totes and things like that I don't want to carry around with me when I travel. And if I park the camper somewhere I'm going to live, like I have it in Jacksonville, I can keep the stuff there in totes, underneath the RV, waterproof, sheltered, all of that. But if I'm going to go out and travel, then I'm going to have to now take the stuff that I don't want to carry with me, that I can't put in the back of the truck, nor do I even want to, and store it. I'm talking about pay storage, paid for in a storage place, like one of them rooms or something, small, wherever I can stick stuff in. There's an expense. So I thought, get the truck, and drive around with the big camper. But I don't need the big camper. I don't have two people. But if I get somewhere I do want to live in it, it's nice to have all that room, even with one person. And so then I thought, no, you got a great truck right here. Keep this truck, because when you're not towing and traveling, you got a nice daily driver. It doesn't get any better gas mileage than probably a 3/4 ton Ford or a Chevy would. But, new trucks are expensive, and at least this has only got, it just turned 50,000 because of my trip. And it's a Toyota. It's good for a long, long way. It had one owner, and, so keep the truck. The little Cramper, there's nothing wrong with it to travel around and do what I'm doing. But paying $800 a month for an RV park for rent, when I could use that money towards gas and just travel until I'm ready to stop again and get another RV place, pull that camper out of there. But I don't want to drag it with this. So, get the truck and drag the big one, but then the big one, I can't just pull anywhere and get in anywhere and all that. So that has to go. So maybe that little 15 FBS, that brand new, it looks like a mini Crasher. It's a Flagstaff. It's got the Dexter axles. It's got all the same tongue and groove flooring, the walk-on roof, the thermostatically controlled 13,000 BTU air conditioning. It's got all the cool stuff and the good quality that goes into building a Flagstaff, a Forest River product. So, sell the big one, get the little one, and tow it with this. And then sell the little Bushwhacker and buy a house, rent an apartment, buy a bigger camper later. If, I fall in love, or I need something bigger, or I get tired of traveling, I want to live in the sticks and bricks. But I don't think, even if I had the big truck to pull the big Crasher, that I need to be towing that everywhere. That's just, for a guy that wants to travel a lot, I think I need to be in something bigger than the Cramper, like the Wolf Pup. But the Wolf Pup I was tired of. The Wolf Pup was older, and the little one that I'm looking at is, the same similar floor plan. They've got another one that's 19 feet that is the same floor plan as the Wolf Pup. So travel is going to happen. Travel needs to happen with something bigger than the Cramper to enjoy myself, to shelter in place. And travel needs to be with something smaller than the Crasher. The Crasher is an amazing camper. The best floor plan of any camper out there. But I'm not going to travel around and pay that rent too. I can vacate that place. No, then I got to store everything, right? But that's cheaper than the rent. So I'll do that. Put everything in storage, buy a small camper, sell the Cramper, keep the Toyota, and go have fun. And buy a place or something like that down the road. What do you guys think? Crush it!